Hey guys, what's going on? Today we are going to do this makeup look right here, which is super light because it is my everyday hooded eye makeup look. So simple, 2 shadows, that's it. It takes like 5 minutes if you're not talking through it like I am in the video. It just kind of opens up the eye, makes your eyes look a little bit bigger, and this can definitely be worn if you don't have hooded eyes. This is just hooded eye friendly because I have hooded eyes. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I do this super quick makeup look, go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so to be completely honest, my daily makeup is no makeup at all. I probably wear makeup like 3 times a week, and it's usually when I'm filming a tutorial or if I have to go somewhere. I work from home, so I don't have to wear makeup on a daily basis, but when I do, and when it's not like I have an event thing, I just have to run errands, this is typically what I do. Now, I obviously already have my base done and my brows done. Those 2 take the longest, so I wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way. I have videos on my channel showing how I do that if you're interested. My brows, I just have the Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown, and then I went ahead and used my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper to set them in place. On my face, I have my Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and then I have my Maybelline Better Skin in 30 Warm Nude to set, and that is all. So those 2 take a while, so I wanted to get that out of the way and really focus on my everyday hooded eye look. So it's really simple, as always. Today, for this look, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Tartelette Toasted palette. A lot of times I use my Anastasia Subculture palette because these are so pigmented and they just get on the eye super fast, but I know there's a lot of hate. This is actually like my most viewed video and my most hated video doing a tutorial on this. So I am gonna use the Tartelette Toasted palette, although I think people had some hate on this as well with the Subculture palette, so maybe I just like all the palettes that everybody hates, but I think that the Tartelette Toasted palette is more accepted and more people have it and want it. So I'm definitely a full coverage makeup type of person. I like a full coverage foundation, which is why I use the Too Faced Born This Way. If you're into an everyday light type of look, you can go with whatever works for you. This is just what I like. If I'm doing makeup, even if it is an everyday, I do like full coverage. So with that said, when I took my concealer, I used my NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. I took it onto my lids and then I set my lids with my Maybelline Better Stay. Sometimes they still crease, but they seem like they're okay right now, but I am gonna go ahead and just add a little bit more with my LA Girl, this is the number 202, just to make sure I have a smooth base for when I apply all my shadows. I have been kind of steering away from like actual eyeshadow bases, and I've really just been using concealer because I really like it. It makes my life a lot easier, and then everything is just kind of like a blank canvas, so I really like that. So let me go ahead and just scoop myself up a little bit so you guys can see exactly what I do with my eyes. So I'm telling you guys, this is the most simple thing. You guys are gonna be like, why do you even do a tutorial on this? I'm just gonna go ahead and first start with cashmere right here, and taking that same exact brush that I just used, I'm just gonna kind of work that into my like fake crease area. So I know the shape of my eyes already, so I don't really have to look into a mirror like this, but you want to make sure, if you have hooded eyes, to look into a mirror like this without raising your eyebrows. When you have hooded eyes, it's natural to just kind of speak like this. I don't control it anymore, I just kind of do that, and I know that happens with a lot of people with hooded eyes, hence why I have this big wrinkle right here. But you're gonna want to go ahead and just look straight and make sure when you do that, you are applying the shadow onto the hood so you can at least see some of that shadow peek through when your eyes are closed. But I know the shape of my eyes, and I kind of tilt my head back and I look at my orbital bone, which is where like your actual like crease would be. This is like your mobile lid, but everybody obviously has an orbital bone, and there's a natural crease there, and I just know it from doing my makeup so much. So I'm gonna apply cashmere into there. And I like this fluffy brush. I've talked about this a lot because it's not dense at all and it's really big, so it applies shadow really nicely. It just kind of does the work for you as far as blending. So I prefer this as to like a MAC 217 for applying a nice wash of color into the crease. And I did want to point out that I am taking this color all the way into where my nose starts to contour, right there, just to make my eyes look a little bit bigger. And you could just build this color up by adding more as you blend. Okay, so that's to a point where I like it, and you see how I don't even have to like blend the edges of this color because of this fluffy brush. I am absolutely loving that. So I'm just gonna go ahead now and switch to something like the 217. This is a Morphe M433. It's basically the same type of deal. And now I'm gonna go ahead and dip into this Warmth shade right here. So this is what we just used, Cashmere, and this is Warmth. It's just slightly darker. And this one I'm gonna go ahead and take all over my mobile lid. And I'm using the 217 because I'm kind of gonna blend as I do this. And you just don't pack as much color as when you use something like a, you know, MAC 239 or a flat brush when you use like a 217. And if you were more into like browns, you could definitely do the same thing. Just take a lighter brown and a darker brown. I'm just kind of loving these warm, like orange shades lately. So that's why I'm going in with this. And I'm just kind of trying to keep this condensed to my mobile lid because I am gonna blend up into my crease like this. And I just want most of the color condensed to my lower part of my lid, closer to the lash line is what I'm trying to say. And then blend when there's less color. And you could just see, because we already laid down that cashmere shade, how easy it is to just start to blend this into nothing. And for like an everyday type of look, you could see I'm stopping right where my lower lash line kind of starts to turn up right there. I'm not extending the shadow. So once you've got that on both sides, I'm just gonna go back into that LA Girl 202 that we blended that first color with and just start to blend those edges for good measure. And the blending took about 2 seconds because when you start with a lighter shade and you just layer, it's so much easier to blend and everything just kind of comes together seamlessly. So now we're gonna go ahead and repeat the steps on the bottom lash line. So first starting with Cashmere. I'm just taking this on an LA Girl 204. And I do like to connect my outer corner here to the lower lash line. So I always just take like whatever's left and kind of work that up like that so everything kind of comes together. And then we're gonna go ahead and deepen that up again with the Warmth shade right here, and I'm just taking this on a Morphe pencil brush and we're gonna start to deepen that up a little bit, just like we did with the upper lash line. Or upper lid, not lash line. I'll stop this right about where my iris ends, right there. And again, connect up. And again, because we already laid down that cashmere shade, everything just blends together super, super fast. And then I always just kind of like to open up my inner corner. So I'm gonna take Candle, which is this color right here. It's just a little bit more of a shimmery color. And I'm gonna take that on another pencil brush and just pop that on the inner corner. And that is it for the shadow. If I wasn't talking through that, that would have taken me 3 minutes. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to apply a nude liner to my lower lash line, curl my lashes. I'm gonna use my L'Oreal Lash Paradise, and I'll meet you back here in a second when that's done. All right, so I ended up going in with the Lash Paradise on my top lashes, and then for my bottoms, I went back in with the Falsies Push Up Angel Maybelline. Yep, this is Maybelline. This has a really thin wand, and I always forget that I have this, but it's really nice for really getting those bottom lashes and not worrying about getting mascara everywhere. So I did also want to mention the Tarte Toasted palette is very, very similar to the other palette I absolutely love, which is the ColourPop You Had Me at Hello palette. Like, these colors are pretty similar. So if you didn't want to buy the Tarte palette, try the You Had Me at Hello palette. I love ColourPop formula, and you can seriously get the same look. Like, go in with this lighter shadow and then this one. You can see they're a little bit different in tone, but same type of feel. And that goes with any palette you have. Just get a lighter shade and a darker shade. There's these new Wet n Wild. They like reformulated their little like 10 shadow or 8 shadow palettes, you can go in with that, whatever you have. This is one of the simplest everyday looks. So just wanted to quickly mention that. So let's go in and do the rest of our face. I do not contour on a daily basis. I actually don't really like to contour at all. So I'm just gonna go in with my Glamour Dolls Vacation bronzer. I haven't used this in a while because I've been stuck on the butter bronzer ever since I got it. So I'm just gonna take a really big fluffy brush and just start to bronze up the face a little bit. This stuff is really pigmented. I always forget. And then when I am going in with a matte bronzer, I'll usually take it on some kind of fluffy brush like this and just stamp it right there to kind of amplify my natural nose contour. And this is the only place I really take it. I don't take it all the way down my nose because I always screw it up. And I'm fine with the shape of my nose. I don't mind it at all. So I just kind of stamp it in there, and then I'll take a fluffy brush and just quickly do that. I like the look. So that's pretty much it for the bronzer. I always just take a fluffy brush and blend the edges. And I kind of blend all the way over it actually, to make sure that everything's nice and seamlessly blended. And then for blush, I've been really liking my Makeup Revolution blush palette in Goddess, and I just kind of run my brush between these two shades. It's just more of like a peachy color, and especially for a look like this, I really like it. So I just kind of go back and forth, and these are very pigmented, so you're definitely gonna want to tap off any excess and then just and then again, I take that clean brush and run over it. Oh, for my nude liner, I forgot to mention that. I just use my Rimmel Exaggerate Waterproof Eye Definer in the nude. Just looks like this. I really like this. It lasts a long time on my eyes. And my eyes are really watery. If you couldn't tell, my eye is already watering. And I'm sick, so. So that's pretty much it for blush. Sometimes I'll take the blush color and I'll run it through my inner corner as well, just to tie everything together, but on a daily basis, that doesn't really happen. So the next thing I'm going to do is go in and highlight. I am going to go ahead and use the Mary Luminizer. I just like this for every day. Honestly, I like this for anything. This is one of my absolute favorite highlighters, super pigmented, and I just absolutely love it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that to my cheeks first. I'm not gonna go too overboard since this is like every day, but I do like to highlight on a daily basis. I just take that in like a half C, stopping right about there. If you didn't have hooded eyes, you could take it up onto your brow bone, but I don't really like to do that because it kind of exaggerates my hooded eye. So I just kind of stop it right there. And this is an Morphe M510 brush. And then I'll just take it on my pinky finger and apply it on the tip of my nose, right here. Don't really need to exaggerate the like snot nose things because I already have a kind of snotty nose. And then down the bridge. And I always just kind of, and then I always kind of amplify the inner corner highlight a little bit. And then just taking my Beauty Blender, stamp over all of that to make sure it's nice and blended. And this is like not really even damp anymore. And you can take it here if you wanted to, and on your chin, but on the daily, I don't tend to do that. So that is pretty much it for the face makeup. So let's quickly talk about the lips. I do pretty much line my lips every day, so I am going to go in with MAC Strip Down. It's just kind of like a peachy nudish color, so I'm going to quickly align my lips with that. Not very precise. I actually have this MAC essential oil on my lips right now. I've been using this a lot because they've been so dry. And I'm going to go ahead and fill And this would actually look really good with like a bright red lip as well. If you were feeling like a little sassy or something like that, I think this would look excellent with that. But I am just gonna go in with my Peach Fuzz from H&M, just a peachy color. And I'm going to apply this a little bit on my lips. And I just applied a little bit of that, and I'm just tapping it into my lips to get a little sheen. And I think on top of that, I'm gonna add my Balmain L'Oreal Confession, because that was a little too nude. Just a little. And then of course, all we have to do is set, so I'm just gonna use a little bit of my Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. And that is it, you guys. This is so simple. Again, if I'm not talking through this, this would be so fast. It's kind of hard when you're kind of explaining everything and filming it, obviously. This takes me no time in the morning, 10, 15 minutes, I'm out the door. 2 shadows that can be used with any color. I used burnt oranges, but you can use browns, you can use blues, you can use purples, whatever you're feeling. This is the easiest everyday hooded tutorial. As you can see, I didn't apply any kind of eyeliner because that tends to transfer for me and it tends to close off my eyes, and I just have to work a little bit harder. So this is definitely my go-to makeup look when I have some errands to run. If you guys have any questions at all, please let me know below. I love to hang out in the comments and respond to you guys. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe and turn on those notifications. It seriously means the world to me when you guys subscribe and enjoy my videos. I absolutely love it. Otherwise, thank you so much for spending some time with me today, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.